I'm glad you came on back to kick it with yo TT Mandy. Oh my goodness. So listen, we gonna start here and then continue.
Want to take care of everything. There's something hidden behind it. To me, I feel like when a man wants to, they want to be your in and all, to be all, and that means you have less of a chance to say, I'm moving this way or I'm going this way. You see what I'm saying? When a man completely takes control, takes care of you, you don't have a lot of say because you are dependent on this man. Right. So for a long time, because you didn't want me to work, I pretty much gave up, not trying to sing anymore, not trying to do anything. That was not the escape valve. No,
Condescending.
there was no escape, but there was other things that I wanted to do in music, and you asked me to not work, and you.
We're gonna stop it there. Tip tiny money hoes all on clothes. That's how all my nick. Okay. T.I. motherfucking Harris. So I started it there for a reason, and I'm gonna start with this. On a personal note, my mother has been a housewife almost my whole life. Um, that's that. Okay. And the part where she said, you really don't have a say like that. Like, I don't know what women you is hanging around, but you might want to hang around my fan band for a minute. We might got a little too much control, okay? Um, and I guess I just cannot relate there because you definitely, as a woman of the house, most definitely have a say so. But we're not going to disregard that condescending asshole fuckhead tone that he presented here. He totally dropped the ball, and I was disappointed because I am 100% a Ti fan. He has done got me through many phases in my walk in this life. Okay, from trapping to wanna be rapping to macking. I mean, and square life. Okay. And he's very motivational. I mean, I'm talking about if but it ain't about that. We know he makes some good music. But when it comes to his relationships, he's dropping the ball like a mug, like a motherfucker. And before I go all the way in, my news sources, which I would love to shout out, which would be Chronicle Speaks, The Impressive Channel, Red Table Talk Clips all day. They was all over the gram. Wendy Williams, you can count on that bitch for all the tea. And meanwhile, listen, speaking of tea, did y'all catch when they was going back and forth how Jada and her mama was just sipping away? Okay. And I was too, like, they were just so bad. She was like, you see Jada go, let her finish, bitch. Let her finish. Let her spill all this shit. Because no, she really got in her feelings and you had her fucked up at that moment. Let me put the cig down. I need to put him down forever. Can't wait to get my vape. Moving on. But some of the things I wanted to touch on, some of his condescending comments, which I wouldn't have been able to hold my cool when he was like, did did this nigga seriously forget that he had a whole wedding that he was about to plan with this woman that he claimed to be his love of his life, and then gonna talk, oh yeah, you gonna tell her, yeah, you get it in. No, bitch, you wanted to marry me, so I'm gonna need you to, with your cheating motherfucking ass and me taking you back several 50 of them times publicly, I'm gonna need you. Like, he wasn't catching no clues. He wasn't, and that's why he looked so bad. He wasn't catching no woman clues. And the reason why is why I'm here, because I feel like I can give a certain perspective, because T.I. comes from this very chauvinistic lifestyle. And She knew that already, as the example that they gave in the beginning. Before he went to prison, he's this gangsta ass nigga doing all this gangsta ass shit, and her little R&B beautiful ass was ready and willing to do what it is because this nigga's like really the man, and she was really for the shits, okay? And so when she was forced into the position because this nigga was about that gangster life and really for the shits, it comes with consequences. And so when that couple was forced to deal with said consequences of his forthcoming and very truthful gangsterism, she was forced to hold it down on her own, which I know so well. I okay, it's my testimony to life, okay? Listen, she had to hold that shit down. She had to stay in contact with them lawyers, okay? She had to do the prison visits. Listen, I ain't even had no kids, okay? And when you dealing with a nigga like that, who got many a hoes, many a bitches, okay, on the nigga dick. He probably got so much shit going on, which I'm loosely characterizing him. So but you know, the lifestyle is the lifestyle. So he got many a bitches and shit holding him down is what I'm thinking and what I know and what I see in that life and from what I recognize, just being truthful. You know, he got many a bitches and all that shit holding him down and doing all that shit, but meanwhile, she's holding the homestead down. You feel what I'm saying? And it come with a whole lot of responsibility, especially when you got a nigga like that who really is doing all the shit for you. Like, you kind of have to regain and relearn your independence. And if your nigga is doing a real bid, like a for real bid, you know, you really have to take his place. You have to block all the bullshit like he did. When your nigga gone and he locked, you face a whole lot of shit that you didn't even see when this nigga was free because you was protected in that code, and that's those protocols and shit that he was referring to. You see what I'm saying? And it looks as though that during that time she fell in line, but when she fell in line and he came home to another woman because she had to be the strong person, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, here I am, I'm back, and I'm ready to hold it down like you used to. But she's like, yo, I mean, I got it, like, you know. And he like, wait, he shitted on her. He shitted on her, and that's where niggas fuck up. That's where niggas fuck up completely, and you see it time after time after time after time. When a chick hold a nigga down when he did a bit, and she had to do all this shit when he was gone. He come back, he proud of her, the whole nine, whatever, and then he come back, and it's a different kind of bitch than what he was dealing with before he went in because she was just solely dependent on him because he was blocking all that, you know, and but he was gone, so she had to do all that. It's going to take a minute for her to get back into that submissive whatever. But if you're shitting on her in the midst of her reconforming to the set protocols, okay, then you're going to run into more issues. And it looks as though that was the case. And that generally seems to be the case with niggas, especially gangsta thug ass niggas, you know, because they're so prideful and egotistical and chauvinistic, and we love those fuckheads and their dirty draws, okay, and you know, and we just do that stupid ass shit and we stick with these fuckheads. When we become these strong women who hold it down, then they feel a little inferior. And that's when he pointed out he had to do shit to make himself feel like he was the man again, which when he said led to things and led to other things, which meant in layman's terms, he had to fuck some stupid bitches to make himself feel good because he didn't have the full understanding that he was fucking with a real bitch and had a real down one, a smart one, in which why you chose her in the first place because you knew that when your stupid ass wilding out in these streets, blasting niggas and do whatever the fuck gangster shit that you do, that's why you picked her. And she held it down completely appropriately, way more than you thought that she would do. Now you feel some kind of way. And instead of appreciating that shit, okay, you had to fuck a dumb bitch to get you back on the level. And that's the facts. You had to fuck some stupid bitches to understand what you really had on the homestead, on the front, on the front lines. The one that come to all your cases, all your court dates, all your hospital visits, when you blasted and shot up and stabbed up because you had to fuck a nigga up, that bitch, the bitch that's checking on your mama, the bitch that's holding the bills, the bitch that's making sure the money's coming in, that bitch. But you gotta go fuck the stupid bitch because that's easy. There's no responsibility. There's no accountability for your dumbass actions because you really don't know what's going on. But that bitch that you fucking on knows exactly what's going on. But you can't face that right now because you gotta make yourself feel like a man. And I could dig that. And that's why I'm here to break it down. So, but we not gonna act like your condescending comments um didn't fall on deaf ears. I heard all that shit. I caught all that. And maybe that's why he was fucking like with a bitch like her. You know what I'm saying? And we all fall victim to it. I know I did. I mean, listen, I wouldn't go. I think I'm cute as a button, so I never really had much self esteem issues, mostly because I got paid for my cute little looks. But look at the decision she's altered herself to appease this person. And I think maybe he's because he's at an upper echelon and he gets a different level of women and things like that, which where she felt like she had to compete and everything. But I didn't feel like she needed to do that because her loyalty in itself spoke volumes. I mean, she got the fucking glaucoma contacts and all the fucking shit, and who knows how that's gonna affect her in the future, and who's to say he's really gonna be there for that, because he is, from that lifestyle. So I am not sure if he has grown into what he dreams himself to be. I believe in him, and I believe that he has the mental capacity to be what he sees himself. But I think he needs to humble himself, search within and find that gratitude. He needs to go back to that cell when he was getting those letters and checking in with his family with her. And he needs to go back to those days and find that gratitude. Because these bitches that he's fucking on her will not do that. They may do it a little because they think they're ill and they trying to show out on the real bitch because that's what those fraudulent ass bitches do. They feel like they could shit on the real bitch, but they really don't have that longevity, and that's why niggas usually end up going back home, which I'm currently experiencing on the other end. But that is another story, which when I feel close enough and open enough, I will share. I've been on both sides, and on the other side long enough, dealing with those type of niggas to understand exactly what it is that she's dealing with. If she's gonna stick around, if she's gonna choose, okay, to stay with him, then she knows what it is. She's not gonna because it's on social media and everybody got their opinions in it. At the end of the day, none of our opinions matter. It's not gonna change what is within that dynamic. And that's what we have to understand. If she chooses to stay, she knows what time it is, and she knows it's going to take some time for him to be that, like if he was some kind of square, but he's not a square. So it's going to take some time for him to get to that level, on a level where he feels comfortable within that dynamic. But if she's not comfortable with that and she feels like she's wasting her time, she need to go ahead and bounce, call it a day, and find her a square nigga that's really about that square biz. Anyway, thanks for kicking it with your auntie. Uh, I'm always kicking real shit. And shout out to my news sources once again. And I'll catch y'all motherfuckers on the other side. Peace.